did the study about the noble teaching of our Lord Buddha. Silang, Samadhi, Panyanja, Vimukticha, Anuttara. Anubuddha, Imedama, Goramenu, Yasasima. Our Gorama Buddha, who is a true refuge for all Buddhists, fully practice and personally experience the noblest, the loftiest, and the most venerable Dharma, comprising Sila or morality, Samadhi or concentration, Panya or wisdom, and Vimukti or deliverance. The Bodhisattva, the Buddha to be, had 4 asanjayas, that is eons, and 100,000 war cycles ago, he vowed at the feet of Dipangara Buddha to become a Sammasambuddha, that means Supreme Buddha. From that time onwards, the Bodhisattva had fulfilled the paramis or perfections of virtue needed for Buddhahood, like dana or generosity, sila or morality and so on, over 2,500 years ago. In this war cycle, he became the son of King Suddhodana and Queen Mahamaya. The king father gave the name of Sayadaw to this child, the Bodhisattva. At the age of 16, he was married to Yasodhara Devi, daughter of King Subhabuddha, and went on enjoying the delights of royalty. When he was 29 years of age, he came to realize the ills of old age, sickness and death, and he renounced the world in order to find out for himself and others the Dhamma that can liberate one from old age, sickness and death. In his search for the Dhamma that could liberate one from old age, sickness and death, the Bodhisattva practiced under the sage of that time, Alara Kalama, who had attained the 7 mundane jhanic states, 4 rupa and 3 arupa, trances or states of mental absorption. And again he practiced under the sage Uddaka Rama Buddha, who had attained all the 8 mundane jhanic states, that is, 4 rupa and 4 arupa, and himself attained soon the same 7 and 8 jhanic states respectively. But these jhanic states are incapable of liberating one from old age, disease and death. These jhanic states can lead one to the rebirth in the either formless or form realms, fine material or immaterial realms of existences, and enable one to live for a long time. When the lifespan of 69,000 or 84,000 war cycles is ended, death ensues and takes one back to the lower realms, where one is subjected to old age, disease and death like others. It can also send one to the 4 lower realms of awful states. They are not the Dhamma that can release one from old age, sickness and death. Thus reflecting, the Bodhisattva gave up these mundane jhanic states and continued the search on his own for the Dhamma which would free one from old age, sickness and death. Later on, he came to realize that old age and death are due to rebirth, which in turn is due to desire, clinging and karma, dana, upadana and karma. Desire is caused by vedana or feeling, which is looked upon as pleasurable. If this vedana is rightly seen as constantly arising and passing away, desire will no longer arise and will come to an end. If desire ends, clinging and pleasure-seeking karma will also come to an end. With the ending of karma, there will be an end of rebirth along with the suffering of old age and death. Realizing all these facts, this Bodhisattva meditated on the arising and passing away of the 5 upadana khandhas, 5 groups of or aggregates of clinging, so that there may be no occasion for desire and clinging to arise. Upadana khandha means the psychophysical phenomena that become apparent every time one sees, hears, smells, tastes, touches or thinks. And every act of seeing, the eye in which arises seeing becomes apparent. The physical object which is seen becomes apparent, and the seeing consciousness also become apparent. Along with this consciousness, the feeling of pleasure or non-pleasure at the sight also becomes apparent. The perception or sanya of what is seen, the inclination or cetana to see, and the intention manasikara to the sight seen, all these also become apparent. Of these, the eye and the sight constitute rupa khandha, meaning the aggregate of material qualities. These material qualities are also taken as permanent, pleasing, and as a living atta, that is substantial entity, and they are clung to. Because of the clinging, the eye and the sight are called in Pali as Rupa Upadana Khandha. Because of a similar attachment, the eye consciousness, etc. are also called Vijnana Upadana Khandha, Vedana Upadana Khandha, Sanya Upadana Khandha, and Sankhara Upadana Khandha. In brief, the eye and the sight are rupa or material qualities. The consciousness of the sight or seeing consciousness is nama, mental quality. There are only these 2 qualities, material and mental, rupa and nama. These phenomena arise every time something is seen, and every act of seeing, they arise and pass away at that moment. However, if they are not noted at the time of seeing, they will be taken and clung to as a permanent entity. Thus, through this manner of attachment and karmic act to achieve pleasure, rebirth arises. On account of rebirth, the suffering of old age and death are undergone. If noting is made at every moment of seeing, the arising and passing away of the 5 upadana khandhas or 5 groups of clinging, they will be realized and attachment removed. Thus, karmic act and arising of a new bhava or existence will cease, resulting in the cessation of all these sufferings. In the same way, if the phenomena that arise at the moment of hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and thinking are not noted, and awareness of the same is not there, new bhavas or existences will arise, and the suffering of old age, sickness, and death will have to be gone through. If, on the other hand, the psychophysical phenomena that arise are noted and perceived rightly, the coming into being of new bhavas or existences will cease, so also the suffering along with it. Thus, reflecting on the arising and ceasing of the suffering, the Bodhisattva meditated on the arising and passing away of the upadana khandhas, or groups of clinging. Soon after such meditation, he was liberated from the bondage of asava kilesa, meaning the impurity of the outflows, and he became the omniscient Supreme Buddha. This, in brief, is how the Buddha himself practiced so as to be liberated from sufferings and realize the noblest dhammas of sila or morality, samadhi or concentration, panya or wisdom, and vimukti or deliverance. In this manner did the Buddha himself realize the Dhamma, which is cessation of all sufferings, and he preached it out of compassion to all beings, so that they might, like himself, come to know and experience the true Dhamma, which is the cessation of sufferings. Buddha so bhagava bodhaya dhammante siti, meaning is, after realizing the true Dhamma himself, Buddha preached it to Vinaya persons, so that they may, like himself, come to realize the true Dhamma. And that is how he started teaching, and it is popularly known as turning of the wheel, or the Majjhaka Pavattana Sutta, where Buddha expounded the middle part, how to meditate this vipassana bhavana or insight meditation. The true middle way was found only after the Bodhisattva had given up these two extremes of sensual pleasure and self-torture. This middle way or Majjhima Patipada is nothing but the Noble Eightfold Path, which consists of 1. Sammaditthi, right understanding. 2. Samma Sankappa, right thought or resolution. Number 3. Samma Vaca, right speech. Number 4. Samma Kammanta, right action. And number 5, Samma Ajiva, right livelihood. And number 6, Samma Vayama, right effort. And 7, Samma Sati, right mindfulness. And 8, Samma Samadhi, right concentration. Of these 8 factors of the path, Samma Vaca, right speech, Samma Kammanta, right action, and Samma Ajiva, right livelihood, they can be grouped as sila megangas or morality factors. If the 5 precepts for ordinary worldly beings or for those persons who are in an intensive retreat, you all are given 8 precepts. These precepts are scrupulously observed. Sila factors are accomplished to a reasonable extent. But for full attainment of the Sotapaddi path, Magga is essential. That is why Sotapaddi Magga and Phala Attaina is described as Sile Supari Purakari, person who is practicing with full accomplishment of morality. The next group is Samma Vayama, right effort, Samma Sati, right mindfulness, and Samma Samadhi, right concentration. These 3 factors are Samadhi Megangas or Samadhi group or concentration group. These factors are reasonably accomplished on the attainment of jhanic state. But the accomplishment of these factors are really complete only on the attainment of anagami, magga or path. That is why the Anagami, Mega and Phala Atena, path and fruition Atena of the non-Ratana, is described as Samadhi Samain Paripurikari person. That is, one who is practicing with full accomplishment of concentration. Then the next group is Sama Deity, right understanding, and Sama Sankappa, right thought or resolution. These two fighters are Panya or wisdom fighters, or wisdom group. While noting physical and mental phenomena which emerge on every act of hearing, seeing, etc., and on realizing their arising and passing away, the Panya Megangas, along with the basic Sila and Samadhi Megangas, are developing. The Bodhisattva, or the Buddha-to-be, was liberated from the asava kilesas, meaning impure outflows, by Arhata Mega and Phala, path and fruition, and he became a Sama Sambuddha, or Supreme Buddha, through observing the arising and passing away of the Upadana Khandas, the aggregates of clinging, and developing these 8 factors of the path. Buddha himself found the right middle way called Majjhima Patipada by avoiding the 2 extremes and developing the 8-fold path. And he taught the practice of this middle path, which is conducive to the opening of the eye of wisdom and to the attainment of wisdom itself. Eye of wisdom means the act of knowing or the faculty of understanding. This act of knowing is figuratively spoken of as the eye of wisdom, because it sees as if with the eyes. What kind of knowledge does arise? With every act of seeing, hearing, touching or knowing. Whatever is experienced is only psychophysical phenomena, nama and rupa, and cause and effect only. It is also personally experienced that there is no permanent atta or self-entity. It is clearly seen when with one's own personal knowledge that there is only an ever-changing flux of non-substantial psychophysical phenomena. These are all matters of personal knowledge and not beliefs held out of deference to one's teachers or blind beliefs accepted out of reverence for the Buddha. That is one of the attributes of Buddha's teaching or Dhamma, Sandaitiko, the Dhamma that can be personally experienced if practiced according to the letter. These 8-fold paths are called the middle way or Majjhima Patipada, which enables to develop the extraordinary knowledge and insight knowledge that discern matters that are difficult to know. It is to extinguish all kilesas or defilements and to realize Nibbana. Then how to practice these pathfinders? That's what our meditators here are doing according to 4 foundations of mindfulness. As you all know, Vipassana Bhavana or insight meditation means observing every phenomena occurring at the 6 sense doors in 4 bodily postures of sitting, standing, walking and lying down. And how to do it, we have been many times explained already in detail how to practice this mindfulness meditation. Now let us try and identify these noble 8-fold paths and our practice of meditation. And each act of noting, when you are noting the objects, the dhammas comprising the eightfold factors or eightfold path factors are taking place. How? This is how it takes place. The effort to note is samma vayama, right effort. The act of mindfulness is samma sati, right mindfulness. To remain concentrated on the object of mindfulness is samma samadhi, right concentration. Right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. These three are samadhi meganga or concentration factors. Rightly understanding the object noted and ultimate reality is samadhi, or right understanding. When one begins to practice, of course at the beginning, the right knowledge is not so evident. But as one's meditation progresses, the knowledge becomes evident that there are only mind and matter, nama and rupa, with every act of noting. That too we have many times identified for you all how to see the mind and matter. Then because of desire to move, intention to move, the motion occurs. Because there is something to be seen, I consciousness occurs. Thus, our meditators come to distinguish between cause and effect. Something arises afresh and instantly passes away. This is also evidently noted. Thus, observing that there is a constant flux of arising and passing away of phenomena, the meditator realizes that everything is impermanent. It is also realized that everything happens of its own accord, subject to nobody's authority or control, and therefore it is anatta or non-self. All these acts of realization are right understanding, samadhi. Inclining the mind to such understanding is samma sankappa. These two, samadhi and samma sankappa, are panya megangas of wisdom factors. The three samadhi megangas of concentration factors and the two panya megangas of wisdom factors are described in the commentaries as the five karaka megangas, meaning they are five workers, they are active factors. In worldly life, where a job can only be finished by five workers as a team, it needs to be done by them unitedly or in harmony. In the same way, these megangas are in harmony with every completed act of noting and knowing. Every time these five megangas gather strength through such harmony or concord, extraordinary vipassana insight develops. Next, abstaining from unwholesome bodily acts of killing, stealing, and illicit sexual conduct are sammakamanta. Abstaining from verbal acts of telling lies, backbiting, abusive language, and frivolous talk. This is sammavaca. Abstaining from unlawful or unethical livelihood is samma ajiva. These megangas or factors constitute sila meganga or morality factors. These factors are accomplished with the taking and observing of the precepts. So are they with every act of noting and meditation. So are the 8 factors developed with every act of noting. With the attainment of Nibbana getting nearer and nearer in the same way as in walking, Every step brings one nearer and nearer to one's destination. Just as with the last step you arrive at your destination, so also you attain Nibbana with the last act of noting. Therefore, beginning with noting the rising and falling of the abdomen, we are to constantly observe the arising of psychophysical phenomena as much as possible. With such observation, may you all develop extraordinary vipassana insight, rapidly attaining Arya path and fusion knowledge and Nibbana.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Idame punya Nibbanasa Pachayo Hotu Idame punya Yadinam Hotu Sukita Hontu Nyatayo Imano Punya Bhagan Sabha Satana Dema May you all be happy. May you all be healthy. May you all be free from suffering. May you all attain eternal peace or Nibbana in the shortest possible time.
Sadhu, sadhu.